Hey guys, and welcome to my newest series, Building Japan. Today we're going to be looking at the surrounding area to our villager trading hall. So currently we have this set up. It's got a couple of cute little ponds, nice big Japanese inspired building, a little torii gate, and a walkway down to the riverbed. Now, I've actually got a start to a surrounding area here. So I wanted to feel like it was part of the landscape that's around. So I built this little gate, just looking into. This is almost a nice vantage point. So we've got somewhere where you can see the trading hall. Everything looks quite pretty, feels pretty picturesque. However, it's not really linked. So we've got a nice village over here. And we're going to look at actually connecting the things together. So we're going to turn this area into a Japanese inspired village and link up this gate across to the mountain here. So let's head up this side, have a look. So from above, a little bit easier to see what's going on. We've got the trading hall here. This feels like Japanese mountains, although I quite like to do a bit of forming and kind of get the textures right on those. And then we've got this area down here. So what we're going to do is just looking at this area in particular. From here, I'd like to build a bit of a bridge across to the gate over there. I don't currently like the angle of this, so we're gonna bring that little mountain more over this way, fill that space in, and make a straight bridge so I can detail the bridge properly. From there, we'll build down this stepway, so make a bit of a path into that, and just see how things are going. So the main aim of today is just to have a look at the terrain and start clearing stuff out to make things work a little bit better. So let's have a look at taking this mound down, getting rid of this area, leveling off a bit of this, and just look at how we've actually got the space and what we can do to make it feel a little bit more Japanese. So stupidly, I didn't take into account the fact that I'm going to do a lot of mining. So we're heading back to the mountain. I'm going to grab myself some iron and make a beacon. But firstly, I think we're going to have a bit of a sleep. Because I don't want to get eaten. Grab some chests to store everything in. no, we'll have to go up to the iron farm. Bosh. Bosh. Okay. We had to go to basically everywhere to get enough iron, but we've got enough iron now, so let's head back. Boom! So, what we're going to do, we're going to be mining out most of this area, so I'm going to put the beacon down here, and then this will mean that I should get coverage here. I'm going to essentially flatten this bit, and we'll start building up again in dirt to see how everything looks. So let's put this here, whip out those, and build our beacon. So beacon set up, and let's crack on with the heavy stuff. Alrighty, so we have successfully managed to take down this little peak that was here. That took an annoyingly long time because stupidly I didn't build the beacon close enough to this area, so every time I got to here the effects of the beacon wore off. But we're going to look at, we're just going to zoom up here. I want the bridge to come out direct from here. So, what is this? So 3243 is where we're going to start to build the bridge. And all I'm going to do is just build a dirt path across, just so I have an idea of where it is, nice and easy. Cool. So we're going to relocate and want the peak somewhere around here. So we're just going to quickly grab these resources. There's some coal around here as well, wasn't there? Where did the coal go? Hey. Once we've got these, let's look at making the outline to the hill. So I don't want it to go all the way up to there. I'm gonna probably have it so it's a similar height to where the old bridge was, or where the old peak was. However, let's have a look at that. Yeah, and then I can have a bit of curvature to the bridge to go over that way. So with this rough kind of, that's going to be the top. We're going to make a little platform out from that and then start to build the shape into it. So we'll grab ourselves some dirt. Now I'm going to use dirt for this because I do intend on making it out of rock. However, I'm probably going to look at making it with diorite and stone. I want it to feel a bit like limestone, that kind of just lighter, not quite so, I want to say stony looking stone, but that I realise that's really dumb. So yeah, we're gonna use proper English and not call it stony stone. We're just looking for a slightly chalkier look, a little bit whiter overall, just to make it feel how I imagine the rock quality is in Japan. Sweet. Yeah, maybe I'll go a little bit higher with this. We'll extend it slightly more. Yeah. So what's that put us on? So we're at 93 there. 99. So the bridge will be roughly 6 steps higher, which won't give it a very big gradient. Let's knock this down a little bit. Yeah, 89 seems good. So from here, we're going to just build a little oddly shaped platform. So I'll start working some shapes in here. Cool, so for now this is the kind of rough shape of the peak. The bridge is going to come off from here, and I might build it out this way a little bit more actually. Yeah, I want the gate and the peak of the little hill that we're making just to be quite central to the bridge, so it makes sense that the bridge has been built here. So let's have a look at that shape now. Yeah, that looks better. So we've got our basic shape. We've got the centre bit where the bridge is going to come out to, and then we're going to have a bit of a peak coming down into this area and float it down into there. This will get changed eventually, but yeah. we'll start making the skeleton. So the easiest way I've found to kind of create a hill-like shape is just start at one of the biggest sides. Now, I don't want this super steep, but I want it maybe starting here-ish. And from here, you're just going to build a rough kind of line as to how steep you actually want it. Cool. So take a step back, have a look at what it actually looks like. I reckon probably do a little bit steeper curve near the top. So I want it to feel like the stuff at the top's fallen off and kind of landed at the bottom. So we'll get rid of these. We're gonna look at changing this shape a little bit more. And this will get tweaked and adjusted once we actually put the rock texture on top. So now that we've got that side sorted, we're going to have a look at this side. Now I've already built the staircase up here, so just take a step back on this. I think a similar kind of thing, we kind of want it so it's a little bit rounded, drops down a bit, and then comes down and matches and blends into this. So we'll knock out a few of these blocks, and it should kind of do what I want it to do, nice and easy. Yeah, cool. And then from here, we're going to work out what shape we want the basic base. So I'd always suggest not having big stretches of more than like 5 blocks in a row. But from here, we're going to head over to that direction, just getting a semi-shallow curve to it. So no real structure to this, just follow what feels right. And then we can always take a look at it, work out if it feels decent. One more. Do a little bit in here. Good. I do love buying coral blocks. We'll leave it. Yeah, once you've got that shape in, I would pick a point on this line and start to build your skeleton up to meet the middle. Nice and steady. So again, I'm going to keep a similar kind of gradient to this so that it looks like the mountain's just floating up. So we'll put an extra block there, come up 2, and yeah, keep running out of dirt, which is a problem that nobody ever really has. We'll take all of this. one here. Dun, 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 dun. Cool, so you can start to see the skeleton forming. We'll just keep cracking on with this. We'll get this side completely done, and then I'll come back to you and show you how it's looking. Cool, so we've got the basic shape down. Like I said, this is going to be covered in stone, so we're just getting a very loose idea of where stuff's going to be, and then we can start to use slabs and stairs to kind of make it feel more like rock. But yeah, for now, this is quite a good angle, quite like how it kind of sits, so we're going to continue to do the rest all the way around and see how that goes. The biggest side is going to be this bottom side, so we'll get this front face done first, and then we'll start to build out from that. I might have to get some dirt. There's no real kind of hard and fast way of doing this. I think it's just about getting it so that it kind of doesn't feel super structured. So anything that's organic and based on nature isn't gonna be a repetitive pattern. Stuff like that doesn't happen all the time in nature. Like, there's instances, but it's still got a unique identity. It's still got random flow that you can't really explain. I think it's important to always keep stepping back from the work as well. Have a look at how it looks, see if there's any parts you don't like. So you see here I've got 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. I want to break this up a little bit, so I'm just going to put a block there and maybe get rid of this one. And just by essentially swapping those two blocks, it already makes it feel like it's got more gradient and flow to it, instead of being like a really structured step up. Maybe put one in there. There's animals everywhere. But we're going to bring this out a little bit more. Go away. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Go away. Thank you. Then we can bring this out a little bit more as well. Cool. So I have run out of dirt, which means it's time to start destroying some of this area, getting that ready to be used, and then we can look at using the dirt from there over here. So let's begin. Cool, so we've taken down a little bit over here, just made that a bit flatter, and we'll use that to help build this up. So that's the front side of this peak almost done. We've got some sharper bits, but I'll probably throw stairs at the bottom of those. And I do want to feel like rock face, so it's gonna be very much a flat plateau of kind of grass, and then the rock will come down, and then it'll intermingle into this bit, which will go into the village. Now I'm probably going to move the village. I was having a look at it earlier, And I think, let's go up here actually. I think from where we are here, I'm gonna connect this river to each other. So this will all be one flow. And then bring it round into this one. So this will all be connected. Then bring the village down into this area. Where the river connects, we're going to create a little fishing ground kind of area, which there'll be buildings along that. We'll have the maybe like a farm area kind of set up near the fishing grounds. A bit of a street with some houses either side, and then we'll bring the forest all the way around. So it's going to be protected by the forest. It's going to have travel access via the rivers. Might have to block that river off so it makes sense. But yeah, we'll get this little peak made. I'm going to flatten a lot of this area, level this out a little bit, and then look at terraforming the rest of it. Started to get the basic shape now. This bottom section from here down isn't going to be like this, but at least the top rock face starting to feel a little bit more in keeping. And this will just be a feel as you go type situation. We're going to bring this line round now. And work out where we want these kind of end ridges to be. Cool. Yeah, same again. Let's start building this up. Here we have front side basically done. I love that. Basically done. It's definitely 100% not done. So there's so much work to go into this still. But we have a very simple core shape to it. Now we've got from this point building up done. We're then going to drop this into a steep cliff, which should be reasonably easy to do. I'm going to basically just throw a straight line up and then detail it from the bottom afterwards. So I can probably do something like that. And then something like this. And this is going to be quite steep. It's going to be quite an aggressive angle. We'll probably... Where is this? So this is a... Here. So yeah, we'll stagger it out from here. Yeah, that kind of angle, and it should balance it out. So we've got some pretty aggressive lines on this other rock face. We are going to come back in and make those a bit nicer and friendlier, looking at how Japanese mountains form. But for now, let's get this bit done. Cool. And same again. We're going to bring this around so that it meets what is already here. Like so. Bring this bottom edge out just a little bit. I can feel myself quickly run out of dirt blocks, but that's okay because we have loads of landscape to actually erase. So on this, we're not actually worried about. Ordinarily, I wouldn't go for loads of blocks high, but on this, we actually want it to look quite steep. So that's not a bad thing. Cool. So a little bit more cliff-like on this side. We've got quite steep sections, which is good. That's flowing into this nicely. It's kind of jagged, but then contours in. We're gonna have a lot of this will get replaced with rock as well, and then there'll be grass veins that kind of go throughout it. So we'll finish building in this section, have a look at how it looks, and then get back to you. So hopefully you can start to see how it's forming now. We've got we've got this little block here because I've run out of dirt again, but we'll get that filled in, and then I'm actually gonna move on from this area. So yeah, let's dig out this bottom bit. So apologies if you're not really vibing with the kind of style of this video. I wanted to demonstrate what my thought process is while I go through it, so that you can kind of hopefully get what I'm thinking. Yeah, hopefully get what I'm thinking while we're doing it. So my thought here, I've just got rid of that little section. I'm actually going to do another little peak here, but I'll build that out with stone once we got the rest of it done. I'll have to find my way over to this bit to fill it in. Cool. Couple here, one there. Bum bum, bum bum bum. Yeah, we got two there. And then that's that. Cool. Overall, pretty happy with the shape of that. We're going to have a few more little peaks here. So these will be the unclimbable peaks, which will help defend the village. But for now, let's get a little bit of this knocked down. I'm going to sort that area out, flatten this off a bit, and then I'll get back to you.